Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to week 2, module 2 of Introduction to Critical Thinking, PHI 111. Again, in case you missed it, in week 1, this is Rich Grego, your host. What I wanted to do for these announcements, week 2, is just give you a quick sort of overview of everything I'm posting in the written announcement, which again you should read, to just get everybody, make sure we're all up to speed about what we're doing. Thus far, great discussion. I love it. It's fascinating. Your introductions are interesting. The discussion's been great. As I said, my favorite part of the course, and you guys haven't let me down, so thank you very much. This week, week 2, we're going to continue an even more interesting discussion, but what I'd like to do first is just clear up and make sure everybody's on the same page, literally, about the written assignment you have to do for this week, which is pretty short. It's intended as a precursor or preparation, an outline essentially for next week, week 3, module 3's writing assignment. And the writing assignment is a devil's advocate paper. The purpose of a devil's advocate paper is so that you give your opinion. You express your opinion on a particular topic that they're going to give you. I think one is affirmative action and one is the belief in God, for or against, I guess. And what they want you to do is give your opinion and then focus your attention on what the opinion of a person who disagrees with you would be. In other words, what the opposing opinion to yours would be. So you state your opinion and say, this is my opinion, and then say, well, however, it could be objected to my opinion that, and then you explain what the opposing opinion to yours would be, and you really examine that and do it justice, because that's the purpose of a devil's advocate assignment. That's just what you're doing, right? You're playing devil's advocate for another opinion, and it's also obviously essential to critical thinking. In order to think critically, we have to have the intellectual imagination to be able to immediately, when we form an opinion, to be able to criticize that opinion and look at that opinion from different vantage points besides what seems like what would be immediately apparent and obvious to us. So that's the point of this assignment. Your assignment this week, week 2, is to just answer 5 questions, which you'll find under the list of items you have there for module 2. There's a paper, a document that has 5 questions that it wants you to answer. That's your assignment for this week, module 2. Answer those 5 questions in a brief paragraph. It doesn't have to be long, and just express your opinions and give your responses to the questions that this document has. You don't have to write on that document and submit the document if you don't want to, but at least answer those 5 questions, and that's all it's asking for. Basically, what that will do for you in answering those 5 questions is give you an outline of your paper that you will then submit next week. You can take your brief responses to these questions and go right along and formulate those into a paper for next week. So that's the point of this week 2's assignment. So all you have to do, take that document, look at the 5 questions it asks you, briefly respond to those questions according to the directions that are given under module 2, and then submit these answers that you give to the questions on right underneath. I'm trying to think how to describe it. There, you'll see it'll say 2-2 critical thinking task, or words to that effect, but it's 2-2. Click right on that where it says that, big bold black print, and that will bring you to the page on which you're going to submit your paper, in your outline, your answers to those questions, in a Dropbox on that page. I just wanted to make sure everybody's got that. Besides that, there's a brief quiz to do. Hate those darn quizzes. I don't have much else to say about it. Just do it. It's based on your readings for this week. And then there's also a very good, what I think is a really interesting discussion board topic on the role that emotions play in critical thinking, which, in my opinion, I think are much more deep and vibrant and rich and important than maybe most people think, or that even the text might let on. But let me see what you think. You tell me what you think. I'm really looking forward to what you have to say. Looking forward to this week. The discussion ought to be really interesting. I wrote my own question for everybody under the discussion board module. So I'd be interested in seeing what you think about that, and looking forward to it. So any questions, feel free to email or text or call, and if not, I will see you delightfully next week.